Thank you. Yeah, my hands are a little bit busy right now with the handheld mic, so that's good. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming. Turns out I also do work here, so I do ask that at the end everyone clean up afterwards. Make sure you do that. So I want to tell you a little bit about my work in the community. What I do is I consider myself a community activist. I'm on a couple different organizations. I'm on a block watch. I'm elected to an area commission, as well as I'm on a coalition for nonviolent Columbus. And just the whole idea about community is, I think it's something that's dear to my heart. Think about it this way. It's novel for people to go out, try to feed the hungry in Africa, right? But there's hungry kids in your neighborhood as well, I can guarantee it. And, this whole thing is that people are out to try to change the world, right? And, we elected a president who was going to change Washington, and he's having a tough time with that. So I'm looking at it as I'm just trying to make an impact to my neighbors, to my family, and that's really why I do it, because it matters to my mom, it matters to my dad, it matters to my next door neighbor, and that's why I'm doing what I do. All right, so tell you a little bit about the community I live in. It's the Hilltop. Anyone from the Hilltop out there? We got a few? All right, very good. Good, you're my neighbor then, aren't you? So the Hilltop is a community of about 70,000 residents. If it was incorporated, it would be the 9th largest city in in Ohio. It's basically, if you go out West Broad Street, turn left, it's about 3 miles down the road. So it's very close to here. Very, Cosi is obviously very close to my home. It's a neighborhood of change, okay? It's a middle-income neighborhood, and as you guys all know, with this whole Occupy and the Wall Street collapse, is that the middle income, it's on the brink, right? And we're obviously going through some tough times. We have lots of foreclosures in our neighborhood. Obviously, with that, there's blight, there's crime, and what I'm looking at, I want to be more positive. So as you guys saw my last slide, I'm talking about grassroots, which I'm doing right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about mentorship and also positivity. And positivity, I think, is a really important thing that's lost in community activism, because people want to say, I want to go out there and solve a problem. But yes, crime is a problem. But if you're just trying to go out there and solve a problem, what are you really doing? Are you really increasing your quality of life, okay? So this right here has been annoying me for a while. This is right down the street from me. This is, if you look on the far left, there's an elementary school there, my elementary school I went to, John Burroughs. And this is a house or a building that's right on the corner of a major road, Sullivan Avenue. And we've been working on this. This is the kind of thing that people see when they see our neighborhood. Another example right here. This is what people talk about when they talk about my neighborhood. But you know what? I think whether you live in a suburb, whether you live in a nice community, whether you live in a poor community, you have pride in your neighborhood. That's the place you grew up. It's a place that you feel connected to, and you can always go back and say, that's my home. Sometimes you might not be the most proud of it, but you don't let anyone talk bad about it, okay? What I'm about, though, is positivity, and we've gone out, we've done some really cool events. Out here, we're doing an event, we're cleaning up the community. We go out, we take grabbers, we're trying to clean up the place, make it look better, take pride in our work. And we work with the police and try to build positive relationships with them. But I want to tell you a little bit of story. This is a photo of my mom here. She's great. When I was 9 years old, we went out and we talked to neighbors. We had some car break-ins in the neighborhood, and we were like, well, we need to fix this. We need to solve this problem. And we got out there and we knocked on every single door in the community, and we said, hey, let's form a block watch. And talking to those people really inspired me, okay? This is what I'm talking about when it comes to mentorship, watching my mom take leadership and watching these neighbors, these really caring people. And as people are wanting to knock down our neighborhood, I'm sitting there thinking, these are good people. This is what a community is all about. And I'm 9 years old, and I'm thinking, wow, this is amazing. And so we sort of fixed the problem, right? We didn't have any car break-ins for a while, and then we were like, well, then what? Well, we started figuring out we need to start building a better community. And It's not just by trying to fix crime, because crime is a quality of life issue. But I tell you what, having good neighbors, having people watching your back, being able to go out in your backyard and have a hot dog with your neighbors, that's what a community is all about. My dad, for a long time, he's a handsome guy. I hope I can look that good when I'm his age. He didn't really buy into this at first. He was like, oh, you guys are crazy. You guys shouldn't be out doing this. We're going to be a target. Well, as you guys can tell, he has some gloves right here, and he goes out pretty much every weekend picking up trash, talking to neighbors, helping Mr. Hickey down the street. He's an older handicapped fella who, he'll go out there and help him. He helps our neighbor 2 doors down. My dad has really bought into this whole idea of taking back the community. But this is number one to me, positivity, all right? Now, this is I'm talking a little bit about an event I do. It's called National Night Out. There's actually about 60 of these that take place throughout the city. There's tens of thousands of these that take part across the United States of America. And I tell you what, this is what building a positive community is all about. We have 400 people at least, mostly children, who come out, and it's on our block, right in front of my house. The mayor comes out, a lot of the politicians, COSI comes out, a little plug there. We've had the zoo come out, we have a band, and it's a great night because these kids who sometimes, they feel a little bit down about the neighborhood. They're feeling like, this isn't a good place to live. They come out and they see their other kids, and they see the positivity. They see the older residents who's showing interest and caring with them. And it's a great event, and I encourage, and I'll talk a little bit in a second about how maybe you can organize one, because it's something anyone can do. But I think that this is something that gets lost when trying to go out and create a better neighborhood. People just need to understand that you're trying to make a better neighborhood. You're not just trying to solve a problem. So here's a photo of our National Night Out. We have McGruff the crime dog come out. It's a whole lot of fun. Now, as I said, this is something that you guys can do. If you are interested in taking back your streets, taking back the community, I'll tell you how you can do this. If you want to organize a block party, whether it be a national night out or whether it be just something in the middle of the spring or summer when the weather's nice, hopefully, you can go out. You can talk to businesses. Okay, the group that I organize this with, we're not an organized nonprofit. We're not officially recognized. We don't get money. But you know what we do? We go out, we talk to neighbors, we print up flyers, and we go to businesses and say, will you donate to us? Okay? You guys can, if you wanted to go out and say, I want to build a better community and take back the streets, you will have businesses help you out. Okay? So we go out there, we ask Target, and we ask COSI, we ask the zoo, we ask everybody to pitch in. We don't have to pay one dime to have this event, okay? So if you wanted to do an event like that, go ahead, because it's out there for the taking. If you want to do a cleanup, there's an organization called Keep Columbus Beautiful, and they do a great job at providing the materials to go out there and clean up the neighborhood. So as you can see, this is stuff that you can do to take back your streets, okay? So again, I want to thank everybody for your attention, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Take care, everybody.